Have you ever heard of someone who went from sleeping on the streets to owning a multi-million-dollar business? This is not just a fairy tale. It's a real story of a man who hit rock bottom but refused to stay there. Stay tuned to discover how he turned his misery into a miracle. Our story begins with a man named Jason Carter. He once had a decent life, a stable job, a modest home, and a family he loved. But everything changed when a series of unfortunate events took everything away. First, he lost his job due to a company shutdown. Then, his wife left him, taking their children with her. Struggling to pay his bills, he soon found himself evicted. With nowhere to go, Jason was forced to live on the streets. For months, Jason slept in parks and subway stations. He scrounged for food, sometimes going days without eating. He faced humiliation and despair, wondering how his life had fallen apart. So quickly watched people walk past him every day, avoiding eye contact as if he didn't exist. But deep inside, he knew he couldn't let this be his ending. He still had a dream, a burning desire to rebuild his life. One day, while sitting outside a coffee shop, a stranger noticed Jason reading a business book he had found in a trash can. Impressed by his determination, the man struck up a conversation. He was a successful entrepreneur, and after hearing Jason's story, he offered him a small job at his office. It wasn't much, but it was a start. With his first paycheck in months, Jason rented a room in a cheap motel. He continued to learn about business, spending his evenings at the library and watching online lectures. He knew he needed more than just a job. He needed a vision. Inspired by the struggles he saw on the streets, he came up with an idea, a service that helped homeless individuals get back on their feet. He started small, using his limited resources to connect homeless people with job opportunities. His initiative started gaining attention, and soon investors were interested in his work. Within a few years, Jason's initiative grew into a nationwide organization. Companies partnered with him to provide job training programs, and donors funded temporary housing for those in need. What started as a desperate attempt to survive turned into a multi-million-dollar movement that changed thousands of lives. And Jason, he went from having nothing to owning a company worth millions. But more importantly, he became a beacon of hope for others who had lost everything. Jason's story teaches us one powerful lesson: failure is not final unless you give up. No matter how dark the situation, there is always a way out. Sometimes all it takes is one chance, one moment of courage to change everything. If Jason's story inspired you, remember, you have the power to change your life too. Never stop believing in yourself. And if you know someone who needs a story of hope, share this video with them. Who knows? You might just change a life today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible stories of human resilience. See you in the next video.